Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining our webinar. A couple small housekeeping items before we really get started here. We're going to try to keep this real brief, under 20 minutes. We're going to walk through the PGA Show Exclusive Community powered by RepSpark and the many benefits that you can have using this area post-show. Everybody is on mute due to the number of attendees joining the webinar. So if you do have any sort of question, please go ahead and type that in your GoToWebinar control panel. We will be able to see that, and we will make sure to get an answer for you there as well. And if there's any follow-up needed, feel free to reach out to success@repspark.com, and we'll make sure to get any questions answered. Let me just see if Lisa has joined again. She has not.
No, I'm here.
Oh, perfect. Great. Great. Well, welcome everybody. I'm Megan with RepSpark, and I have Lisa here as well on the PGA Show side. And we wanted to start today just kind of giving an overview of why we partnered to build this digital extension of the show for you, whether you're an exhibitor or an attendee, and then we'll walk into kind of how you use it and how you can benefit from that. So Lisa, I'll turn it over to you just real quick from the PGA Show's perspective, why you partnered with RepSpark to provide this to both exhibitors and attendees of the show.
Sure. Well, thanks so much, and hello to everyone who's on this webinar today. As the event manager for the PGA Show, we're always constantly looking at ways to improve your experience at the show, before the show, at the show, and most importantly, after the show. And so this partnership with RepSpark really allows us to do all three of those. And today, specifically, how can you leverage your relationship with RepSpark and the PGA Show, the community that was developed there, for you to engage after the show, take all that great information, all the wonderful companies you met with, and then transact and make your purchases. We know sometimes there's not enough time to write your orders. You see great things. And so we wanted to make sure with this partnership that you had the ability to actually transact the business that's so important on both sides, as a buyer and as an exhibitor. And that's really it.
Great. Well, thanks, Lisa. Yeah. And then on the RepSpark side, we have a digital platform, a B2B e-commerce platform to provide a digital year-round experience to connect with buyers and brands, to be able to request connections, to browse products, browse digital catalogs, and then go through all the way to placing an order. So today we're going to walk through what that looks like and how you can use the platform, again, post-show, now that the in-person event, which was a huge success, has ended. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for 1 second here, and we will dive right on into the platform. All right, so I am here now in the PGA Exclusive Community. For any of you who are not already part of the RepSpark community or the PGA Show Exclusive Community, it's really easy to become part of that. So that's going to be step one. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to app.repspark.com/PGA. We'll go ahead and email that out to you as well. And you can go ahead and sign up and log in there. If you're already utilizing RepSpark as a brand or as a buyer, in the regular RepSpark community, you can just log right into the same area and click into the PGA Show area. But this will take you directly into the PGA Exclusive Community. Now, how did the brands get into the PGA Exclusive Community? Any brand that is exhibiting at the PGA Show had the opportunity to claim a tile and be shown here, have a digital booth space or a digital exhibitor space right here in the PGA Exclusive Community. So again, to join and start accessing, connecting with either brands that you met at the show that you wanted to follow up with, maybe grab a digital catalog, maybe go so far as to request access to start buying from their platform. Again, it's app.repspark.com/PGA Show. And that will take you directly here into this exclusive community. If you don't already have a RepSpark profile, and if you are a buyer, or a retailer, it will ask you to go ahead and create a profile. The steps there, you'll put your first name, your last name, the pro shop or the store that you have, the other brands that you sell, etc. And that'll just help drive recommendations here on the RepSpark side. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and log in. Again, it will take you directly here to app.repspark.com/PGA. Now, for those of you who already are part of the RepSpark community but may not have accessed this space or this page yet, I'm going to hop over there for a quick second. So for those of you, you have a page that probably looks like this, and there's a very nice icon that will let you know all of the brands that participated at the PGA show. But to go into the exclusive community space, you just go ahead and click on this icon and it'll take you to the same spot. So you can get there by, again, the /PGA or by hopping in from the RepSpark community. Now, what's going to be here for you? This is going to be a lot of the brands that exhibited there at the show, some that you met with, some maybe new brands that you didn't have the opportunity to see. The show was so big and great and massive this year, and so busy. We were there as a RepSpark team that maybe you didn't have all the time to visit certain buyers or certain brands there. So if there is a specific brand that you wanted to visit or want their digital catalog, maybe you misplaced it on the way, you can always search this for a specific brand. So you can go ahead, type in something like Straight Down and see their brand. If you hover over any of the tiles, you're going to see more information about this brand. You're going to see who to contact there. You're going to see all of the different tags that they've used for themselves, as well as a phone number. So again, if you're a new buyer and you do not currently stock Straight Down in your shop, you wanted some more information, you wanted to know exactly who to reach out to, this will have all that information there for you, as well as a description of the brands. Many of the brands have gone the extra mile and also put a sample catalog in here. So if you didn't grab a catalog or didn't have a chance to actually get a meeting at that booth, you can go ahead and look at the sample catalog here. So again, a great way to have visibility into new brands or brands that you just didn't have the opportunity to visit. You can also use the filtering system on the top. So perhaps maybe you wanted to look for all of the drinkware brands. So you now know that you wanted to go ahead and stock a drinkware brand. You didn't quite see what you were looking for at the show just because there were so many booths and you had so little time. So now you can go ahead and use all the filtering by vertical, gender, category, subcategory, and you could go ahead and find brands that way as well. Or again, if you're searching for a specific brand, you can do that. But again, any of these different brands here on the site were exhibitors. It will have the exact person that you need to get in touch with in order to stock the products. And then a lot of them have filled in their PGA details as well. But again, now that we're post-show, it's really about the digital experience here on the platform. So what can you do here once you've actually found the brand that you wanted to search for? So I'm going to go ahead and clear my filters so we see the whole gambit of all the brands here in this digital space. So what can you do? If you already have access to a brand, so meaning that you're already a buyer using the RepSpark community or the exclusive community here, and you already have access to a brand, you can hop right in. Your brand tile will say something like this, shop. That means you've already requested access and you can go ahead and start shopping that brand. Now, if you're new to the site, you've never been on RepSpark before as a buyer, what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of tiles that look like, I do have one, that look like this. So you're going to see a lot of brand tiles here that have the notation to connect. Now, if you've never connected with this brand before, you just go ahead, you click connect. It will ask you to finish your profile. So if for some reason you don't have your profile completed, it will ask you to finish your profile. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and send an access request or a connection request to that brand. This will then turn to something that says pending, and you will know that you've requested access to that brand. Once that brand gives you access to the site, it will now turn into shop. Now, some of the brands on the site have only chosen to put a tile up. They haven't gone down the whole path of actually allowing transactions through the site. And at that point, instead of the orange shop, you'll see an orange sign that says connected. And that means that the brand has understood that you want to connect with them and will be reaching out. Now, what does this look like on the brand side, just so you as buyers have a full understanding of what's going to happen? When you go to connect with one of these different brands by clicking the light teal connect brand, they will get a notification that you want to connect with them. So they will know your first name, your last name, your buyer information, exactly who you are, where you're located, other brands that you stock, things like that. And from there, they may do a couple different things. They may say, oh my gosh, this buyer already is in my store. They would go ahead then and approve that connection request. You'll get a notification and you can immediately start purchasing from that site. And I'll show you that in a minute, what that looks like. Or maybe you're a new buyer, you don't stock something like Link Soul right now in your shop. What then might happen on the brand side is they'll get that same information. They'll get notified that you want to start shopping or stocking their product. You want them in your shop. And what they might do then is communicate back with you, say, hey, we're going ahead, we're vetting your request. Maybe they'll send a rep your direction, etc. And then once you've been approved to go ahead and shop their site digitally, then you'll get that same approval email. So just take note, if you already are stocking that brand in your shop, but now you want to go ahead and do that digitally, the process is going to be a lot shorter, right? They're going to be able to go ahead and approve you right away, assign your customer code, and you can start shopping. If it is a new experience, they'll probably go through that typical vetting process that we're all very aware of, where they'll go ahead, they'll see who you are, and they will probably meet with you or do something like that, and then you can go ahead and be approved digitally. Now, what does that look like once you can start shopping a brand? So it's really great. I'm going to go ahead and use our friends here at Straight Down. So once you have been approved, you have a customer code with that brand, they've approved your connection request, and you have this little button that says shop. It's great what you can do. So you can go ahead, you can click right into their shopping experience immediately from that marketplace, from the PGA Exclusive Marketplace, and you can start shopping their brand. You can click in, you can look at their different product, you can go ahead, you can come in and see products, and you can actually start shopping that site. So I could go in, I could start adding to a cart, or I could go back into the products page and start shopping. So again, a real easy, seamless way for you to go ahead, shop products, move into their products page, look at the catalogs, etc. Now, one of the biggest questions that we got at the show was, hey, I already stock brand A, B, or C in my shop. I didn't know that I could actually use RepSpark with all the other 80 golf brands that are on the site. So I do want to make this really clear. If you are in a certain brand site, so right now I'm in Straight Downs, and you want to access the PGA community, that way you can do that as well. So in this little profile section up here at the top, I can actually click into that, and where it says see all my brands, I can now click see all my brands, and it will take me back to the community where I can now either jump into another brand. So I'll go back to see all my brands. It's going to take me into the RepSpark community. From here, I can go into any of the other number of brands. So I could go right into Full Turn or Garb, or I could go back into the PGA Show space and again start shopping my other brands. So I'm going to show you that one more time because we did have a lot of questions about that. So for example, if I'm in a current brand that I'm already shopping through RepSpark, whether that be Straight Down or Link Soul or True Linkswear or Sit Cups or whoever I'm using here, I can go ahead, I can go up into this little profile section, I can go see all my brands, and now it's going to take me back into this area where I can request to shop or go ahead and shop all the different brands that I'm using on RepSpark. So that should make it really easily for you to, again, shop all those brands that you're currently stocking in the store, but more importantly, connecting with new brands that either you met at the show or new brands that you weren't currently aware of or not currently shopping by looking directly into this site. For example, we had a buyer say the other day that they wanted a new drinkware product. They weren't happy with the one that they had in the shop. They wanted to know whether or not that drinkware product could do embroidery. So they came directly into this PGA Show Exclusive Community. They went over to the filter area. and they clicked on select category, and then they looked at all their drinkware. Maybe you're looking for new hard goods. Maybe you're looking for a new hard goods brand. So again, you can come right on in here, click into the hard goods and see those different hard goods. You can go in and see more information, descriptions, wholesale accounts, brand requirements. You can see sample catalogs. You can see digital catalogs, and then the correct person to connect with. So Forethought Golf here has done a really great job of making it really easy for you to ask questions and connect with them. So again, the PGA Show area here was built as an extension to your in-person experience. Again, finding new brands, just like you would at a trade show, connecting with brands that you already are connected with to go ahead and shop their product, or to digitally shop a brand that maybe you stock in your shop but aren't digitally shopping now, to be able to look at inventory, look at pricing, track your orders, track your packages, and really be in the forefront of what you're doing with that brand. I'm going to pause for a second here because I do have a couple questions coming in, and I'm going to go ahead and take those questions now. So the first one, when is the next Orlando PGA show? I would love to register. So Lisa, I'm going to put that one back to you.
It is January 25th through 28th, 2024. Our summer show is in Frisco. Our PGA Buying and Education Summit is in Frisco at the PGA headquarters at the Omni there, and that is August 31st through July 2nd.
And we will make sure for anybody who's attending, the video will be made available for you, and we'll make sure to include those dates as well as sign up links or registration links, Garrett, to make sure that you have all that information. In the meantime, if you wanted to, start connecting early or start shopping early, you can always have go into this app.repspark.com/PGA, and you can start connecting with the brands to make it even easier when you're in person to be familiar with who you're talking to and all of that. But we'll make sure to include that as well as registration links. Next question. Can you do the same on the mobile app? Yes, Michael. So there is a mobile app. If you wanted to do that, it is supported by Android as well as iOS. You just go into the App Store. You can download the app. You can log in there as long as you do have to register first online here, but as long as you have a username and password that is accepted by one or many brands, you can go ahead, you can log in, you can click to see all your brands as well, and then go ahead and connect with them there also. So yes, that is available on the mobile experience. Next are the delivery dates specified in the straight down page representative of the drop dead dates to receive orders or delivery dates? You know what, Matt? I'm not exactly sure specifically brand to brand. Some of our brands have set up their sites to have a beautiful landing page like straight down. Others will link you into social media or their digital catalog. A lot of our brands have gone to a great extent of putting availability dates, of putting drop dates, etc. So it's a really great way, again, to get information about those brands. I am not, so sorry, Matt, very well versed specifically on what Straight Down is doing. But the great thing is you could always go into Straight Down here. Oops, I have my filters. Always go into Straight Down site, and if you are a buyer already buying, you can go ahead and shop, or you can always go here and find the exact person to connect with to ask that question. But it's great. All the brands on our site do have inventory. They have their availability dates for products. They have catalogs. They have pricing. They have specific pricing. And you can go ahead and place orders directly through the site all the way through. And you can go ahead also and view your orders that you've placed and track your packages. And we'll include in the follow-up email as well, a quick overview training of RepSpark. But that wasn't really the intention of today. It was really to get into the PGA Exclusive Community area and start to, again, connect and shop with these brands all the way through to the transaction. let's see, we have another question here. You're welcome, Matt. How long is the PGA exclusive community going to be available? So right now it's going to be available through the end of March, and we will, so you can continue to connect and shop these brands in this exclusive space all the way through the end of March. If you are a brand and you didn't sign up and collect it and grab a tile, we'll send you information on how to do that as well. But then post the end of March, you can always go into the RepSpark community and continue to shop and transact there. That is the existing date, but we'll see what happens as we move through the end of February here and into March. But again, a really great opportunity to come in and connect with the brands. What if I am a brand and I didn't claim a tile? You're more than welcome, as long as you were exhibiting at the PGA show, to do that. There's still time. Again, you could be up for about 6 weeks here and available to connect with the different buyers. There's a sign up link, and we will include that as well in the follow-up information of how you could go ahead and claim a tile there. All right, Lisa, do you have anything else to add here today?
No, I think it's an amazing opportunity for extension of the show and to find new products that you weren't able to see, as you mentioned, to connect with products that companies you didn't have a chance to follow up with, and to work with your current companies that you work with. So we're super excited to continue to have this offering at each show. I'm sure we'll look at something for Frisco for the summit that's coming up this summer for engagement there. And love to hear your feedback on, through RepSpark on how it's working for you. I also think it's important as a buyer community that you send vendors to the community. If you did see them at the show and they aren't on the community, to definitely use that to refer. There's going to be more than one person who wants to do business, and so we're a community. Let's help each other out. And vendors can also refer buyers. I think it's a great way to really support everybody in their business and their shops.
That is a great point, and we have made it really easy. So just to follow on, if you go to the sign up page here, the exclusive community one looks a little bit different, but app.repspark.com/PGA. You can always join your affiliate program here and refer different brands and refer different vendors, and like I said, really promote this PGA community, because we're all, whether we're in person or digital, it is a community, and it'd be great to have everybody participating there. And we did have one more question. I know we were trying to keep this under 20 minutes. Everyone's so busy. We will include in the follow-up information, Matt, how new brands can also sign up. We'll include a quick overview, quick training of RepSpark for those buyers who already have access and just need a quick update there. So everybody, thank you again for joining today. Please sign up, join the community, connect with different brands, and we're excited to see you there.